Life is full of distractions. Every day, we're bombarded with images of success, big houses, fast cars, luxury vacations, glamorous lifestyles. Everywhere you look, the message seems to scream, if you achieve enough, buy enough, or prove yourself enough, then you'll finally be happy. But have you ever stopped for a moment, taken a deep breath, and asked yourself what actually makes this ride called life worth taking? For Johnny Depp, a man who has seen the highest peaks of fame and some of the lowest valleys of human experience, the answer isn't complicated. It isn't the flashing cameras, the applause from millions, or the paycheck with more zeros than most of us will ever see. His answer is simple, raw, and powerful: love. He once said, "Love, it's what makes the ride worthwhile." And when you hear those words, you can't help but pause. You realize that, beneath all the noise, it's the one truth we all feel deep down. Think about your own life for a second. Strip away the possessions, the job titles, the degrees, the trophies. What would be left? Who would stand beside you when the music stops? Who would be there to share not just the victories, but the long nights, the quiet mornings, the storms you never saw coming? That's the test of love. That's what makes all the difference. And Johnny's perspective isn't some sweet, romanticized idea. It's not the glossy version of love that films sell us with roses and fireworks. His words come from experience, messy, painful, beautiful, complicated experience. He's lived enough to know that love doesn't erase hardship. It doesn't magically fix brokenness. But it transforms everything it touches. It gives weight to our memories, comfort in our struggles, and purpose to our choices. Love is fuel. Without it, the journey becomes mechanical. You wake up, you grind, you go through the motions. You chase, you collect, you perform. But without love fueling those actions, life feels hollow. Imagine achieving your biggest dream, standing on the stage you worked for years to reach, and realizing you have no one to share the moment with. No one to laugh with you, no one to cry tears of joy alongside you. Would it feel as sweet? Or would it echo empty, like a song with no melody? And love is survival. Everyone faces storms. For Johnny, some storms were so public the whole world could watch. But that's the thing, storms don't care who you are. They come for all of us. Illness, loss, heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, no one escapes. And when they hit, the only thing that keeps us afloat isn't how much money is in the bank, how impressive our resume looks, or how many strangers admire us. It's love. Sometimes it's love from others, holding you, encouraging you, reminding you that you're not alone. Sometimes it's the love you have for someone else that gives you strength to keep fighting when you want to give up. And sometimes, it's the quiet love for your art, your passion, your craft that pulls you through. That's survival. But here's the twist, love doesn't mean perfection. In fact, it's the opposite. Johnny's words don't say love makes the ride easy. He says it makes it worthwhile. That's a huge difference. Love doesn't protect you from pain, arguments, or loss. It doesn't mean you'll never cry or feel broken. But it means the tears have meaning. The struggles lead somewhere. The scars remind you that the journey was lived fully. Isn't that what we all want, to feel that our ride wasn't wasted, that the bumps and bruises meant something in the end? Now here's where it hits home. Society conditions us to believe that happiness lies in success. But psychologists, researchers, even people at the end of their lives tell us otherwise. When they look back, they don't cherish the money or the awards. They cherish the love they gave and the love they received. The dinners shared with family. The quiet talks with friends. The arms they held in the darkest moments. That's what comes to the surface when everything else fades. Think about a time when you were happiest. Maybe it was a birthday surrounded by people who love you. Maybe it was a simple walk with someone who understood you completely. Maybe it was laughing until your stomach hurt with your best friend. What made those moments magical? It wasn't the setting, the clothes, or the things you owned. It was the presence of love. But here's the hard part. We often treat love like it's automatic, something that just happens. In reality, love is a practice. It needs effort, like a career or a dream. We train for jobs, hustle for promotions, guard our savings. But how often do we give that same dedication to love? When was the last time you actively worked on listening, forgiving, or showing up for someone? Love is built brick by brick, choice by choice. And the stronger the foundation, the more storms it can withstand. Johnny's words also break another myth, that love is only about romance. Sure, romance is beautiful, but love is so much bigger. It's in friendship. It's in family. It's in the passion for what you create or the way you care for your community. For him, music and art weren't just hobbies, they were lifelines. They gave him grounding and healing when life shook him. That's love too. For you, it might be writing, painting, cooking, teaching, or simply being there for someone who needs you. Love comes in countless forms, and every form adds meaning to the ride. So let's bring it closer. Imagine losing everything tomorrow. The job, the house, the reputation. What would remain? What would still matter? The answer, almost always, circles back to love. The love you give, the love you've received, the love you continue to fight for. That's why it's worth protecting, worth prioritizing, worth investing in more than anything else. And let's be honest, love isn't always soft. It can be messy. It can be confusing. It can push us to tears and test our patience. But isn't that also what makes it real? If love was only perfect smiles and happy endings, it wouldn't shape us the way it does. The beauty of love is that it stretches us, challenges us, and still calls us back even when it's hard. Have you ever noticed how love makes us do the silliest, most unexpected things? Staying up way too late just to keep talking to someone. Sacrificing comfort so they can have joy. Saying words you never thought you'd say just to bring out a laugh. Those moments may seem small, but they're what we remember years later. They're what add color to the story. So when Johnny said love makes the ride worthwhile, he wasn't handing us a cliché. He was giving us the secret most people overlook while chasing everything else. Life is unpredictable. You'll have highs that feel like flying and lows that feel like drowning. But if you have love, in some form, you'll never be empty. You'll always have something worth fighting for, something worth celebrating, something that makes every step, every scar, and every smile matter. And that brings us to the most important question: what makes your ride worthwhile? For some, it's the people you go home to at night. For others, it's the work you pour your soul into. For some, it's the laughter of children, the loyalty of friends, or the quiet strength of self-love. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Nurture it. Protect it. Because in the end, it's the only thing that remains when the noise fades. So ask yourself now, if today was your last day, what memories would you want to hold? What faces would you want beside you? What love would you want to be remembered for? Johnny's words remind us of the truth we all know but sometimes forget. Life is a ride. It's fast, unpredictable, thrilling, and scary. You can't control every turn or every bump. But you can choose what makes the ride worthwhile. And if you choose love, giving it, receiving it, living in it, you've already discovered life's most valuable treasure. So let me leave you with this: love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing up, again and again, even when it's hard. It's about choosing connection over pride, kindness over ego, forgiveness over silence. And it's about realizing that no matter how far you go, how high you climb, or how much you gain, none of it means anything without love to anchor it. Because in the end, when all is said and done, Johnny Depp is right. Love really is what makes the ride worthwhile.